Hi, this is Bonnie McKee, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia, and I'm so excited to be sitting here with Bonnie McKee.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me. How
Of
are
course.
you?
I'm great. I'm exhausted, but I'm good.
Guess this what's been on the road, playing shows nonstop. We'll do it to you, right? But
Yeah.
you're hanging in there?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love being tired at the end of the day from a long day's work of doing what I love, of course.
Well, you have to tell me about the other night because you apparently tried some snails.
Oh, yes.
How were they? 'Cause you didn't say much in your story. You're just like, so I had snails tonight.
Well, I try to, keep up with my socials and kind of do little updates of interesting tidbits, but there wasn't really much more to say. It was delicious, though.
Was it?
Yeah, we were staying in Montreal at the Fairmont, I believe, and they have a restaurant there where they had fancy escargot. Okay. And I love French food in general, so I got everything I wanted. I got my foie gras, I got my snails. It was very good.
Is there just a thing with like French in general? Because I feel like I always see you in berets. I always see you at the back of your shirt. I believe has French in it as well. So.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. It's been kind of I've always loved French food, but it's been sort of a recent obsession with the berets. I think it's less French and more like, I don't know, revolutionary or something as far as the berets go these days. Yeah.
How many do you think you have now? What's that count at?
Probably like close to maybe around 15.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have them in every color. They're just great for when your hair's dirty or, like you don't have a look. You can have like a boring outfit on and put a beret on and all of a sudden you're snappy.
Well, I've never seen you in a boring outfit, so I'm not so sure about that aspect of it. But as far as style goes, have you always just been into fashion and then eventually you're like, okay, this is something I can easily implement into my stage outfits?
Yeah, definitely. I've always been into fashion. I didn't always make great decisions, but the early 2000s were a hard time for all of us. But yeah, no, I'm passionate about fashion. So, and I've also been having a lot of fun with the makeup and stuff on tour, and because I'm doing it all myself, and it's been really fun to experiment.
What were some of those fashion fads you had where you're like, ooh, I'm looking back at that and I'm maybe a little bit embarrassed?
Well, I was a raver, like a 90s raver though, like not like the cool, like hot, sexy ravers of today. But I'm talking giant Jinko jeans and candy bracelets and necklaces, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty embarrassing.
Okay, so we won't see any of those photos surface anytime soon.
I've posted a few just because they're so hilarious. I used to make my own costumes. I'd make like big furry pants and the whole thing. So, I'm not ashamed of my raver days, but I don't think I'd wear it again. I don't know.
At least if you commit to something, you go all out.
That's right. Yeah, no, I don't mess around.
Well, something amazing that happened recently was you got to play Coachella, which is a festival you've been attending for 10 years, seeing all of your idols over time. So how full circle was that entire experience for you?
Oh my gosh, playing Coachella was literally a dream come true. Like every year I go to Coachella and I'm in the audience and I'm looking up at that jumbo screen and I'm just like, one day. And then this year, kind of out of nowhere, I got up on that stage. So it was very emotional for me, really. I literally came off stage and like burst into tears. It was incredible. It was really fun.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
You're welcome. Well, for this tour with Kygo, I have a couple of tour tweets that I'd love to hear a little bit more about.
Okay.
So the first one, you said, last time I went to IKEA, I walked through the store against the suggested direction of the arrows, and when I got to the beginning, it was 2001.
Yeah.
So weird. So why did you decide to tweet that? Not just on a regular day, but you were on tour when you sent that out.
I think that I was backstage, or I was back in town for a couple of days. I built a studio in Los Angeles. I have my own studio now that I'm going to be renting out to people and everything. So I have to furnish it. And I went in and I was looking for something specific and I was like, I don't want to do this whole like dog and pony show following the arrows, blah, blah, blah. So I went backwards and it was very disorienting. And then for some reason I felt like I was just going back in time. And all of a sudden it was like my very first apartment in LA in 2001. So...
And the other one that I have is I wish there was an app that could crack my neck for me.
Yeah.
Is that just from the touring nonstop and not being
Yeah. I actually was just shooting a music video 2 weeks ago, and I do all my own stunts, And one of them kind of went awry, and I landed weird. It was like a thing where I was falling backwards onto a crash pad for a green screen thing, and I landed right on my tailbone, and I felt like my whole skeleton react. And it was like... You're not usually aware of having a skeleton. You're just like, oh, I'm just in a body. Yeah. And then I was like, I have a skeleton, and I feel every bit of it. And I just was like kind of walking lopsided for a minute. But I made it to the chiropractor and I feel much better now.
Okay.
Thank God.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what that feeling's like to be like, oh, I actually have bones in here?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But I mean, there's lots of, dancing and choreography stuff. I always have a bang over, I call it, where, you're doing a lot of head flips and hairography and your neck is just like so mad at you. So you really got to like stretch that shit out.
I've never heard that before, a bang over.
Oh yeah, real bang over. That's real. Yeah, my choreographer's always like, don't forget to stretch. So that's my advice if you're going to rock out.
Well, when it comes to music, you've always had a knack for writing, as your first song was when you were 13 years old. It was called Kitten. And it was about a boy named Liam. So do you remember how that went?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I see the memories like coming right back to you.
Yeah, wow, you did your research, huh? Yeah, I was just a kid, and it was like, honestly, I think I was 14. It was highly sexualized. It was way too sexy for a kid my age to be singing. And it was very like, I will be your kitten if you won't let me down. I will be your angel if you will come around. But this little kitten ain't purring alone. Whatever. It was all very like role play-ish, where it was like I was a kitten, I was a nurse, I was an angel. It was like schoolgirl.
Anything you could be, you were
I don't know. I may or may not have been like looking at things I probably shouldn't have been looking at that age. So I maybe got some inspiration there. But anyway.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you singing that. It was really good. Do you ever look back on older things and you ever try to like rework them?
Yeah. I mean, there's, when you're a songwriter and you write a song and then nobody cares and then you kind of have to like abandon your baby. And like a lot of them you look back and you're like, oh yeah, I hadn't figured it out yet. And then some of them you're like, that was brilliant. I don't care if everybody hated it. I still love it. And there's definitely something that I still hold on to that I'm like, one day you will find a home. So
just to wrap things up, I do want to leave things with your fans. Is there anything you want to say to all of those viewings? Your fan base is incredible.
Oh, thank you. I love my bonbons. I actually have a necklace that says bonbon on it that my friend made for me that I wear every day to remind me of you. And I love meeting them. I love talking to them online. And if you ever see me out, don't be shy. Come say hi. I love to give hugs and take pictures. So, yeah, love you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure. And remember, to everybody viewing, you can visit us at AliciaAtout.com for all exclusive interviews and features. See ya.